Guys, deluded Guna, Uchi's and Golo Kante. Unfortunately, Arsenal aren't in the Champions League. I mean, when we weren't serious. You've seen us get smacked enough times. But that doesn't mean I don't watch Champions League. That doesn't mean I don't care about the Champions League. That doesn't mean I won't talk about the Champions League. So let's speak about it. Now, we know Chelsea, Barca, Spurs, Juventus, there's all them entertaining matches. But the top four in the Premier League, in fact, in the Premier League, in Germany, in Italy as well, I believe that could be just them three, four, whoever I just said. Let's say that again. Germany, Italy, Spain, England. Yeah, four sides, yeah. Them four, the top four of them sides that get the top four for Champions League are going to automatically enter the Champions League. So I was reading a report. I think that changes it from 22 directly qualified teams to 26. Now, that's good for English sides. I mean, to be honest, when was the last time an English side messed up the qualifier? To be honest with you, I can't remember. But it's an unnecessary game that they don't have to play when they're looking at their squads in August, or if they're looking at transfer targets. I mean, I know Arsenal have been in that situation where we've got Champions League and some players have been on it and we've been about to sign them, or they've actually signed for the club. But it's been a bit hesitant as to whether we'd qualify, regardless of how crap the opposition that we're playing is. Shout out to Eduardo off topic for diving against Celtic as well. But yeah, man, I think this comes into effect from 2018-19, so next season. It's also another point. It's only going to be 8 o'clock and 5:55 kickoffs now. I know people at UEFA don't think we all work jobs and have normal lives, but it's cool. There's also, what also interested me as well, there's going to be preliminary rounds before the qualifiers, before the qualifying rounds. The qualifying rounds will be played in June. I actually think it overlaps with the World Cup. That will obviously be targeted towards the lesser sides, no disrespecting lesser leagues or countries that their leagues are not as competitive. Again, I'm not the best example, but you'd like to think the likes of Bate, Applewell, all of these sides that 9 times out of 10 get smacked up in the Champions League, it looks like they're doing something about that. Do I directly think it's necessarily fair, regardless of if they get smacked or not? No. Do I think it's necessarily biased towards the big leagues? Of course it is, because, I mean, there's Bayern Munich, for example, there's Inter Milan, the Spanish boys, and the English clubs, although they haven't achieved success in Europe of late. So you can see why. These are the teams that, if you were to ask most little kids or something, their best players in the world or where they watch, they're going to say these top 4 or 5 or however many leagues in it. The French league is after the leagues I've said at the beginning of this. So you can see why. But, I mean, of course, I want to see it with the English side, specifically if Arsenal could get there, which we can't. But I must admit, something does rub me up the wrong way slightly, because, I mean, with the money that the English sides are getting, and, I mean, the money they've got is more than they had in, let's say, 10 years ago in 2008 or 06, as I was about to say. For some reason, I'm stuck in 2016. They've got more money, but they've arguably not achieving on the sporting front. Like, let's go back to 2016. Obviously, you can say other teams have caught up and all of these things, but 2016, I mean, 06, you saw Arsenal in the final. 07, there was Liverpool. 08 was an all-English final. 09, I'm sure it was United Barcelona. 010, I can't remember, but I'm sure that must have been an English side. 011, there was an English side. 012, Chelsea won it. 013, I think it was Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. I could be wrong on that. I was working that game, so I remember the year. But yeah. So yeah, compared to now, 10 years later, when was the last English side in it? When was the last English side that even did what Monaco did last year, despite the money they're spending? Like, I got a couple things to say about English sides. I also don't think they rate their opponents enough, and I say that for want of better phrase or want of better word. Clearly, they have extremely extensive analysis on things and stuff like that. But whether it's adapting to different cultures or different ways of play, or just downright ignorance, I'm not too sure. For instance, not the best example, Barcelona, last 15, especially this season, they turn it around and get the results, whether it's in the league or the champs. So with that being said, not to dig out Christensen or Chelsea, just to highlight my personal point. If you know Barcelona in the last 15 minutes turn games around, yeah, if I'm a man that's playing Barcelona, you're not going to play it across your goal line in the last 15 minutes, are you? And it fell to Iniesta, Messi put it in. These are the sort of things as to why I don't think English sides have been doing what they're doing. And when you consider that they're getting this, they've already got the money, there's talk of a winter break coming in, English sides are really not going to have a lot of excuses. I mean, Manchester City have been made the bookies' favourite for the Champions League this year. Can they do it? I mean, based on the fact that they're running away with the Prem and they've blitzed Basel and they're going to go through to the next round, yeah, you could say, yeah, they could. But you wouldn't think Barcelona's in it as rubbed as Barca is, and it's been a while since they've won it, and it's only been 2015. Bless me. Pardon me, guys. Yeah, and it's only been 2015. You just think there'd be a little more respect for them. By Real Madrid, as crap as Real Madrid have been domestically, they've retained it. Surely they would be the favourites or whatever. Or whatever. Again, not to say one side's only under the other, because City are playing some great football and they whooped us. So they deserve, they do their thing. But Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to the German side, shout out to the Italian side, Spanish sides, and the English sides. You're laughing, to be honest, especially the German sides. I mean, Bayern Munich, there's a landslide in quality. So yeah, they know you're automatically getting there. It's calm. Also, as on top of the Champions League, while we're here, UEFA actually said they won't be bringing in the VAR next season because it hasn't been perfected yet or something like that. To a degree, you have to agree with them. It hasn't. You've seen there's too much delay. Several times it's caused delay, and it's still somewhat down to personal perception. Like, all it is a replay with someone's personal perception. It still needs to be reworked, and there could be a possibility of introducing a computer that just makes the decision because it's free from perception and emotion and bias and all of them things. So but that's many years away. So yeah, you can forgive them for not wanting Europe's or the world's most elite club competition to have it. But when you consider numerous injustices this season, like off the top of my head, Aubameyang against Spurs when he scored and it was denied for offside. Toni Kroos, that was never a penalty against PSG. VAR might pattern these things, and personally, I think Real Madrid be paid whoever the money. God, when they keep doing things like this, there's got to be something. VAR could have got rid of that soft penalty, and who knows what PSG could have done. PSG could have been in a better position as they await their second leg. I don't know, guys. But I ain't got nothing more to say on this, man. And I'm waffling at this point. So, guys, deluded Guna, you choosing Golo Kante. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.